Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our dear brother. The message that he sent to me reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? So I am working as a long-distance truck driver. I came here to South Africa looking for greener pastures like most of the people from my own country. And I never imagined that I'll find myself in this situation. I always had the dream of driving a truck, but I am now trapped in a nightmare of my own making, working as a long-distance truck driver, and I can't stop driving a truck because the moment that I stop, this Tokoloshe has since told me that it will be the end of my life. When I came here, I struggled a little bit to get a job because of my lack of experience, but I spoke with one who knew this other guy who is an Indian, who is my boss, who is from Durban, whom I am working for. And the moment that I arrived at his premises, he saw that this young soldier is someone that I can use so that I can even have more millions just by him working on my trucks. I have driven the roads from Durban to the Democratic Republic of Congo, hauling goods from across the borders through the night and over very dangerous terrain. But what I am about to confess to you, it is something that I have been hiding for too long, something that has destroyed my soul and now demands more than I am willing to give. I don't know if I am supposed to blame myself or what, because at that time when I used to drive, my boss, he was someone that was never polite. Whenever he would be speaking with you, the moment that you will just park the truck, then he will text you and he will be like, why are you parking my truck? Don't you know that when the wheels on my truck, when they stop going round and round, then it means that there is no money that will be entering into my bank account, and this will mean that at the end of the month there will be less money that will come to you as your salary. So you need to wake up, boy, and get onto the road so that I can make money. And when you will be speaking with you, it won't be in a polite way. He is always someone that is arrogant, and he will always insult you. But as for me, he does not do that anymore, because in the company, everyone knows that I am the one who pushes this company forward, even though I am still using my old truck. In 2017, my life was very different. I was struggling, Brother Nashi. I don't want to lie to you. And at that time, when I was always on the road, I was constantly exhausted. I was surviving on drinking this energy drink that is called Dragon. And at that time, that was when I felt that even when I would drink that energy drink, I would feel as if I did not drink any energy drink at all. And at the same time, I could not stop driving, even though I knew the risks of driving tired, but I could not afford to lose my job. That was when I met this other Zambian man. I met this man from Zambia at a truck stop where I was parked just outside of Johannesburg. He then introduced himself as someone who could help me, as someone who understood the difficulties of life on the road. He offered me a solution, something that would ensure that I had not to worry about falling asleep behind the wheel again. He told me that he came from a family that had a lot of truck drivers. He said that his grandfather was a truck driver, his father was a truck driver, his brothers as well, they were truck drivers, but they had this other charm, this powerful charm that they used whenever they are driving, so that they can make a lot of loads, thereby making a lot of money. He then told me that since we were both going to Zambia, then we should be in communication. He was going to speak with this traditional healer. This was after I would have dropped him in his country, and he was going to inform me what exactly we were supposed to do after that. So I then went to DRC, and to tell you, DRC, it is very dangerous, especially if you are driving a truck with a South African number plate, then you are at a higher risk. So my boss would always give me a lot of money, and so that when I'll be traveling from South Africa, Zambia, DRC, I can always give these police officers some money for cold drink. So that was the money that I took. It was $600 US that I then gave to that traditional healer when I was on my return trip, returning back to South Africa. When I was passing through Zambia, I then spoke with that man and I said, my brother, I am now in your country, since he had told me that there were some items that he wanted me to bring for him back to Johannesburg so that I will give to his other brother. We then decided at the spot where we were supposed to meet, and when he came to that truck stop, that was when he brought that traditional healer. Me and that traditional healer, we then spoke and we had our negotiations. This traditional healer then told me that he had this other Tokoloshe that he could give me, a small, he said, very powerful creature that could take over the driving when I was too tired to continue. He said that it is your choice. It's either you can sit on the passenger seat or you can go back into the cab, then you will be sleeping in there, and then it will be the one that will take over the driving, and then it will guide the truck safely through the night, allowing me to rest whilst I will be making my deliveries on time and making more money. At first, I thought that this was a joke, even though I had had so many truck drivers, especially those ones from Malawi. Those were the ones that I used to hear them whenever we would be packed, when we would be having our conversation. Then one of the guy will be saying, guys, I have rested enough. It is time for me to be on the road again. Then the guy will be saying that, do not follow me, because as for me, I'll be sleeping, but there will be a baboon that will be driving my truck. So I thought it was just a joke, like a joke that is always said amongst truck drivers. But this man, he was serious. And when he told me that he needed $600 and I said, oh, he is a scammer. But when he told me that he was giving me a guarantee, if this Tokoloshe of his was not going to be able to drive the truck, then he was going to give me back my money. So this was a guarantee, and I took the money that I had been given by my Indian boss, the one that I would normally use when I am traveling through this country, bribing the traffic officers. But he warned me. He gave me a warning after he had given me this very small clay pot. He said that this clay pot, inside that clay pot, that is where your Tokoloshe is. He said, take a look. And when I looked inside that clay pot, I then saw that there was something, a creature that was in there. It was even breathing and looking at me. He then said that if you accept this thing, this is what you are supposed to do. You wait for the sun to go down. Then when the sun would have gone down, you park your truck. Then you get out of your truck. You take this clay pot. Then you place it onto the ground, directly onto the ground. Then you start to speak with it as if you are speaking with your own ancestors. And after you would have done that, what you are supposed to do is that you return back into the truck. Then you place it on the driver's seat. He said that it is your choice. You can go to the bed in the cab or you will be seated on the passenger seat. After he had given me this, I thought that maybe this was not going to happen. Then I waited for the evening to arrive. Then I went on my knees and I took that clay pot and I placed it onto the ground directly. And then I started speaking with that creature inside the clay pot. Brother Nashi, then all of a sudden there was a wind that started blowing. It blew and it blew. Even the truck was shaking. Then I went into the truck. I then placed that clay pot on the driver's seat, and I was scared on that night because I even felt that there was someone who entered into the truck and they were getting ready to drive the truck. So I was sitting on the passenger seat. To my surprise, the truck was back onto the road and it was working. It worked like a charm on those long rolling nights when I could barely keep my eyes open. The goblin will come to me. The Tokoloshe will say, come, you can go and rest. Give me the truck. Let me drive it. I would feel its presence besides me. I would feel that there is someone that is with me. When I would look, I will see a shadow of a man. So with the deliveries that I was making on time, my boss was even making more and more money. He then told me that it was time for us to upgrade our trucks, but I totally refused. And I said that this Freightliner that I have been driving, it is my best truck, because it was not even giving him any problems. Like, he was just getting money for free. All that he did was to change the tires after a couple of years and then just the cost that he was running is to maintain the truck, just minor services. There was no breakdown, no what. Right now in the company where I am working, all the other guys, they are driving this brand new Mercedes Actros trucks. But as for me, I am the only one who is driving that old truck because of these rituals that I have been doing. With that, I was able to buy a lot of properties in Zim. But as the years passed, that was when the price of that choice began to reveal itself. Women, they will always confuse you. So as for my wife, I was ignoring her because I had this other target that I was pushing. So she thought that maybe I was cheating on her. She told me that she wanted to see me. She came and she saw me, and I told her that we were supposed to go to this other lodge because I had been given one rule: never to sleep with a woman in the truck, otherwise everything would go bad. So my wife, when I said let's go to a lodge, she thought that maybe there was something that had happened in the truck. She said, we are going to sleep in here. We are going to sleep in here. We have slept in this truck before. So she forced me, and then we slept together. We had sexual intercourse in the truck. That was when everything then went bad. I started to see that demonic spirit. It then told me that I have been working for you, my friend, for a very long time. What have you given me? I am thirsty. The place where I am coming from, it is really hot. Please give me something to drink. And I said, what do you want to drink? It then told me that it wanted blood. I said, you want the blood of a chicken, the blood of a goat, or the blood of a cow? It said that it wanted the blood of a human, a woman that I was dating. It then told me that I was supposed to have 12 girlfriends from different countries, 3 from South Africa, 3 from Zim, 3 from Zambia, and 3 they were supposed to be from DRC. So at that time, I had 3 women that I was dating in South Africa. Those are the first women that I have since sacrificed. So I brought them to the truck. They did not know each other. One by one, they came. And after they would have came to the truck, when I would sleep with them, the moment that I'll be sleeping with them, then that Tokoloshe will also insert its manhood into their private part, then destroying their wombs, and then their wombs will start to decay. That is how these women, they all passed away. And after they would have passed away, then it started to drink their blood. So this is what have happened, Brother Nashi. I am still waiting to sacrifice 9 more women, and I am dating those women from 3 different countries. This is my own confession, Brother Nashi, and I am suffering because of these rituals that I have to keep on performing. Even my wife, when she came to be with me in the truck, she was complaining, and she was like, you are smelling. You are smelling. Why are you no longer bathing? Because it seems as if this demonic spirit, it just likes me to be like that, smelling like that. I don't bath at all. I just drive my truck. That is all that I do. I can even feel myself that I am smelling, because I can even bath even after 5 months just being on the truck. That is all that I care about, driving. That is all that I care about, driving the truck non-stop and making money for myself and for my boss. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear brother. Strange things indeed do happen in this world.